Alright, this is Andrew Jolly with Joda Home Inspections. We're here at 563 East Greenwood Ave in Midville doing a sewer scope. Today is December 21st, 2020. We've got the camera pushed out as far as we can get it. I'm hitting a root, and so that's what you're seeing on the screen. Actually, as the water is settled, that's not a root, that's an offset. It's a pretty big one too. So what can happen is the joints can separate and settle, and you can hit these big lips. As I had water running, I thought I was hitting a root that crossed right across the bottom of the pipe, but this is clearly an offset. That's why it's holding so much water as well. If my camera gets hit, there's also a good chance that waste is going to get caught right there, or can get caught right there. You know, there's no way to predict what will happen, but if waste gets caught right there, it can create a blockage, and that can cause a backup. And the only real long-term fix for that is to dig it up and repair that offset, which can be costly because you're digging up to repair that one spot. Digging up your yard or driveway or wherever it is. That's what I thought I was hitting. I saw that root as I was going down, and I thought that I was just getting caught up on it. Roots are a maintenance item. You want to have them cleaned out, but they're much less of an issue than offsets. Something you have to maintain more often because they can cause backups, but you can just clean them out. You don't have to dig anything up. So this is a clay line. Somewhat typical for this age of a house to have some clay. One of the downsides of clay is that you have a lot of joints. They're only 3 or 4 foot sections, and so you have a lot of joints. There's another root. And when you have a lot of joints, roots can come through, and there's more spots where you can get offsets, where it can settle. We're going underwater right here, and so you have a belly or a flat spot. Sometimes these little 3 and 4 foot sections can settle in a way to where you get a little belly where it's holding water. Looks like it's just barely over my camera head, so holding about an inch or so. Not ideal. What can happen is water has to build up and sewage has to build up to carry out the waste. And so it's easier for waste to get caught right there and create a blockage. You always want everything to be sloped towards the city connection. That's some sort of a clean out, it looks like. Might be buried, but a lot of times you'll have a clean out in the yard so that you can access the sewer line outside the house as well. There's some roots coming through that joint. So far, that offset's been the biggest concern. And like I said, they can be costly to have repaired permanently. This is cast iron we just transitioned to. Cast iron gets very rough and rusty. It'll thin over time and will eventually need to be replaced. This house is of the age that I've definitely seen houses of this age that have already had it done. I would recommend getting the insurance on this line if it's available. It's through HomeServe. They help cover the cost if you have an issue or a failure. Alright, now we're back at the access point in the basement. So just to recap, you had mostly clay line, a little bit of cast iron. That cast iron is usually the weakest link as far as needing to be replaced. But the clay also had some issues where you had at least one offset. It was a pretty big offset. I'd recommend having a drain company advise you on it and give you a price for a replacement. You also had a flat spot, which can also cause backups. So I'm going to end this recording now.